We're gonna do this clean. Touch gloves and let's do it.
Okay.
Here we go, folks. Toни Ferguson, Kevin Lee for the UFC Interim Lightweight Championship. Two former Grand Valley State University wrestlers meeting for gold on the greatest proving ground in mixed martial arts. Toni Ferguson, a -260 favorite tonight.
Ready.
The comeback on Kevin Lee at +200. We are underway. Toni Ferguson is wearing gray. Kevin Lee is in blue. Ferguson talked a lot this week, DC, about that wrestling career as Kevin Lee lands the high kick early, really, that it embedded his mental toughness, being a two-time national champion, team captain.
Yeah, he said that that's the difference between him and Kevin Lee. He let his accomplishments do the talking for him. And he said he was going to take this opportunity to shut Kevin up. But Kevin's landing some nice shots to start the fight.
He landed a good right hand there. One thing about Toni is that Toni has been able to endure, kick the leg out there. He's been able to endure some bad situations inside the octagon. The Lando Venata fight is a perfect example of that.
He does hang his chin up there a little bit.
A little bit.
Right there on that left hook, Kevin Lee barely missed. He's doing it. Ferguson's chin was up there, his right hand was down. He's got to be very careful in there.
Well, Tony's taking his time here, and he has done that in the past before.
Kevin Lee's striking is so tight, man. The jab is straight. The right hand's not looping at all. Everything is coming out very tight right now, and he's being very active on his feet and elusive. You know, look at that. Look at the footwork he's showing right now. And then he throws an overhand right.
Oh, nice jab.
A minute and a half gone by here in round one, and at times during Kevin Lee's streak, his striking has been a means to an end as he knocks Ferguson down, or so it appeared.
Oh, he hurt him. He hurt Kevin Lee. He just hurt Kevin Lee.
Tony got poked in the eye.
He just hurt Kevin.
And he keeps touching his right eye. He definitely hurt Kevin there. But he's being patient here.
Good counter right from Kevin Lee.
Yeah, watch it. Tony's left hand is coming down, coming back very low jump.
He brings it down low, and the jab comes up from there, and one of the reasons he does that is because you can't see it coming, like Tommy Hearns used to do in his prime. Oh, Kevin caught him with that left hand there.
You can feel the tension in the building here as we hit the midpoint of round one.
Kevin's on top, Tony's in mission control.
Yep, gotta be very careful there. If you're Kevin Lee, you gotta be very aware.
His right arm is trapped, and he's locked up here. Tony's got a very good position on him here with rubber guard. And Kevin's right arm is locked up. He's gotta yank that arm out. And Tony's gonna try to control it and then transition to an omoplata. But Kevin's stepping over nicely. Exactly, and then Kevin's gonna wind up on top of Tony here. Tony's still holding onto that arm though. Kevin's on top here. Tony on bottom, and Kevin's landing some good knees.
Looks like a cut on the eyelid, the right eyelid of Toni Ferguson.
Yeah, that was from the poke from earlier in the fight.
With this,
kept touching it.
Excuse me, Joe, with this takedown, Kevin Lee has now taken down 11 of his 12 UFC opponents. Trying to get the ground and pound going here, just over a minute to go in round one.
The armbar's not there. The arm is too low. But he's going for it. Now look at this. North-south position for Kevin. This is not a good position here for Tony. Kevin's in an excellent position here. He may try to transition to crucifix. He's inside control here now. Tony trying to scramble and trying to get his right knee in between the two of them. But Kevin holding side control here.
And because of how good Kevin Lee is, most guys, as wrestlers, will try to give their backs to get up. You can't give your back against Kevin Lee because he's so good on your back.
Kevin on top. Full mount. Big elbows coming down from Kevin Lee.
24 seconds.
It's a very bad position here for Tony, and a very good one for Kevin. Dropping bombs down on Tony Ferguson. Tony's got to survive here. Big elbows. High mounts here for Kevin. Tony's in a lot of trouble. Tony's trying to escape, and he escaped. But a big round for Kevin Lee.
And a strike after the round landed for Eddie Herdine immediately in between the fighters. Let's see how he chooses to assess things, right?
You don't hit after I stop it. Don't you do that again.
So, excuse me, DC, so a stern warning from Herdine. He didn't take a point away for the strike after the horn.
They said 2 in a cage.
There's a Ferguson leg kick, and you see Kevin get hurt there, and there's a good punch by Kevin. Tony goes down, and here's the takedown, and Tony tried to scramble, but Kevin wound up on top in this exchange, and here's the bad time for Tony. Kevin Lee on top, full mount, dropping bombs. Big elbows, big punches, full mount, got high mount position here. Now here's the end, the scramble, the end of the bell, and he lands one shot and then goes for a second one.
Fight.
Well, the bad blood between these two former Grand Valley State wrestlers is very real. There is respect, certainly Ferguson respecting Lee for signing on the dotted line when, in his opinion, others weren't willing to do so, but they do not like each other.
Right hand over the top right there for Tony that connected.
We've seen Tony Ferguson deal with some real bad rounds. The Edson Barboza round coming back and ended up submitting him to win the fight. So Kevin Lee needs to stay the course. He's got to be focused as this fight goes on because Ferguson never gives up on himself.
It was a good high kick there for Ferguson on the forearms of Kevin Lee. You don't want to take too many of those there.
Ferguson, a guy, though, you need to separate from consciousness, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you need to put him to sleep somehow.
Much like Evan Dunham we saw earlier. Yeah. There's just zero quit in Tony Ferguson.
Nice jab by Kevin Lee.
Yeah. Both men.
Tony really leaves his chin up in the air when he's throwing punches, man.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah. He's got to be very careful.
Well, he's so offensive-minded and so confident in his ability to absorb a shot, he's almost inviting his opponent to hit him.
Lee just out of range with that right hand.
Lee's doing a good job of trying to stay. Trying to stay the course, not trying to play into the game when Tony starts to roll his arm at him.
Good kick to the body there from Kevin, but he fell down with it.
Those jabs are landing now. Oh, nice brawl.
Good kick
nice
to the
body kick, Lee, yes.
Dewey Cooper's got to like what he's seen in terms of Kevin Lee striking here tonight as we approach the 3-minute mark in round 2 of a possible fight.
Well, Kevin certainly has a much more classic stance, holds his hands up high and very good defensively, whereas Tony is just so weird and unorthodox in his movements.
Nice 1-2 there from El Cucuy.
And you see why Kevin Lee was so heavy. Look at how much he's filled out by fight night. Because if you get small, as Tony Ferguson was small, he doesn't look as big right now as Kevin Lee, as thick.
Well, we'll see what happens if this fight goes into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's a big drain on your body.
It's a big weight cut, man.
It is hard to simulate the octagon, though, and even though Ferguson has a decided edge in terms of the high-level experience, Kevin Lee's fought 3 times since Ferguson last competed. He's been very active.
Kevin's doing a good job of countering, but Tony's really finding his range now with the jab and then the lead right hand.
And then if that is a staph infection on Kevin's chest, and we think it is, how much is that draining?
Well, it gets you tired because either you're taking antibiotics or you're doing nothing. But it is a sickness, you know, so it will drain you. You will get tired.
Oh, stepped into the elbow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's what you have to watch when you're fighting Tony Ferguson. You don't know what's coming. You think punch, here comes elbow.
And things are coming from weird angles. He keeps his hands down.
Now he's talking to him. They're both talking.
Yeah, well, Tony started it and Kevin landed hard.
It said, yeah, what's up?
Oh, look at that.
Big right
Nice.
hand. Tony Ferguson has a chin on him.
There's some blood coming out of the nose of Kevin Lee.
Yeah, I think it was from that elbow. 1 minute now to go in round 2. Significant strikes in round 2. Advantage El Cucuy.
If you're Kevin Lee, you can't allow Ferguson to get too comfortable the way he starts really freestyling and having fun. Because that's when he's at his best, when he's just playing.
Good kick to the body by Kevin.
So you might think talking trash is good, you know, but this guy's comfortable there. He's comfortable playing around. That's why it always looks like he's breakdancing and stuff.
Yeah. There's a scramble.
Wizard by Ferguson to get out.
A lot of energy and a big deep breath from
Kevin's starting to breathe heavy.
And
pretty early.
Tony Ferguson is very patient.
You know, you watch him at the weigh-in, and Kevin was very emotional. You know, you wonder if that plays a part too in the fatigue as the fight goes on.
Nice kick to the body.
Herb Dean wisely gets in there quickly at the end of the round.
Sit down. Mouthpiece. Breathe him. Mouthpiece. You're looking good, man. Hey, take some deep breaths. Breathe through your mouth. Nice big deep breaths. In through your mouth. That's it. Hey, feel. Okay. Nice straight punches. Don't wind up. Yeah. Take your time, but you're setting one punch at a time.
Hey, Kevin, we need combination punches. Slow, speed, power, okay? Combination punches, okay? Yeah. Just not let him coerce you into fight his base, okay? Stay on your own rhythm, champ.
You ready for a sit?
Yes, sir.
Keep your hands up. Watch the takedown. He's flat-footed and slow. He's flat-footed and slow. Watch the takedown.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright work is illegal and punishable under law. So, Joe, a tale of two corners. Tony Ferguson on his feet talking trash. Kevin Lee on the other side.
Tony's pointing to him. He's saying, this is my round, not yours, my round. Kevin Lee said in between rounds that he's feeling tired.
It's too early in a 5-round fight with a guy like Tony Ferguson to start feeling the fatigue.
And Tony Ferguson is a patient wolf.
Even if you go up 2-0, big double leg level change by Lee.
Don't grab the fence.
He just grabbed the fence.
Hey.
Takedown by Lee.
Big takedown. A lot of effort though. If Tony survives this and he can move back to his feet.
That was a big takedown. Took a lot of energy and effort. He needs to keep Ferguson down for a while so he can try to regain a little bit of that energy that he used to get that takedown. And if you're Kevin Lee, you really do want to be in the top position as you dominated that position in the first round.
Tony is sliding that that left knee up high, and that will serve to prevent Kevin from being able to get real leverage down on his shots. He's making some space in between the two of them and putting a blockade up. See how he's using that left knee? He's got that foot on the hip now as well. And he's gonna eventually push him off. He's gonna wait, there it is.
There's frustration in that too, right? Because you did get that takedown, and now he's back up on his feet,
now you're
right
tired.
back in your face.
And he was tired at the beginning of this round. How tired is he now?
Well, clearly it's a wrestling approach here. Perhaps feels like that'll help preserve the cardio for the championship rounds if we get there.
Tony's starting to walk him down.
Yes. Kevin Lee has to make Tony respect him, back him off of him. He's got to do something to back Tony Ferguson off of him right now.
Or if he gets a takedown, he's got to do some real damage.
Yeah.
He's got to hold him down and do some real damage.
Advanced position. But you're starting to see the fatigue set a little bit. for Kevin Lee.
But Tony's giving him a chance here to recover.
Ferguson advancing 42%, 18% for Kevin Lee. But you're right, Lee getting some sort of breathing here in this round. Well, don't miss a complete recap of all the action from UFC 216. Our post-fight show tonight is on FS2, immediately following our main event. It also streams live on Fox Sports Go.
Tony is not being very elusive here. He's standing right in front of him, and there's another nice takedown from Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee's round so far, so even though Tony looks fresher, and Tony is the one that's talking, Kevin Lee is winning this round with takedowns.
Tony's looking for the arm bar.
And it presented itself.
Oh, he's got it.
This time.
He's got it.
Oh, yeah.
He's
in
got
trouble. Oh, it's over.
He's going to break his arm.
Oh, no.
Oh, look at that.
Job,
beautiful step over.
Wow.
Kevin Lee. Wow.
Watch triangle.
No, he doesn't have the triangle.
Big elbow.
Man, tremendous. Kevin Lee. I mean, I thought his arm was donezo there.
Seconds away from a UFC championship. Instead, we trek onward. Less than 2 minutes here to go round 3.
The elbow's on the outside. As long as the elbow's on the outside, he's okay. It's when he gets that elbow inside towards the belly button area that Kevin's in trouble. Right now he's in trouble. That's not good. He's got to keep it out of there.
He cannot stick his arm out there.
Yeah, but he's not clamping it down.
You cannot try to find places to rest if you're Kevin Lee.
Oh, he's got the triangle.
You cannot try to find places to rest if you're Kevin Lee. You've got to be moving. He should be defending right now.
Not only is he out of trouble.
He's in trouble, Joe.
He is in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble, Joe.
He's got the arm on the outside, and he's going to pull the head. Let's see if Kevin can survive this.
If Tony
it's better if the arm is across.
Oh,
that's it. That's it.
Tony Ferguson.
He went out.
Has done it. Tony Ferguson is the UFC interim lightweight champion of the world. And what a display of mutual respect there.
Wow.
Ferguson had to work for it. Was likely down on the scorecards. But this is a hard man to outlast over 25.
Kevin Lee is openly weeping in the center of the octagon. I mean, he's got his hands in his head, he's on his knees, and he's just crying here.
Joe, and honestly, when something means that much to you, you can do that. You can do that if it means that much. So there's no, you can't hit your head about it. There is no shame in that. It meant that much to Kevin Lee.
Well, and his tagline has been, we just getting started, and Kevin Lee is just getting started. You got to think at some point he'll work his way back into a championship situation. But Tony Ferguson is just a problem, man.
Yeah, I mean, he is a problem, and he's so effective in so many different places. Now let's see the first armbar, and amazing that Kevin survived this. Let's take a look at it here. He's dropping the elbows, he sets it up, boom, he's got it. Now look how tight this is. He's got this arm completely hyperextended. I mean, this is bad here. But look at this, Kevin steps over.
Yeah.
Now here, later in the round, he sets up the arm bar. The right leg goes over the top. And he's setting up the triangle here. Pulls down. And he did the triangle when the arm is on the outside, which makes it more difficult to secure. But Tony's got an amazing squeeze, and he's pulling down on the head. And that's what causes the tap.
That fight replay was brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Finally, Tony Ferguson can exhale. Waited 9 months after what we thought would be a championship opportunity in February, and the emotion spilling over for a down but not defeated for long Motown phenom Kevin Lee. He felt like the backdrop of everything that had happened in Vegas would test his focus and his championship mindset. Lee obviously disappointed, but nice to see two elite combatants embrace after the fight. The official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. One final time tonight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 2 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by submission due to a triangle choke. And now, the the new interim UFC lightweight champion of the world, Toni Ferguson.
And I'm not playing any more games. Either put me on the charts or I'll put you up in flames. Better recognize art, cause I don't forget names. Should've seen me from the start, coming at you like a train. Think I'm about to fall apart every single fucking day. Seeing all these damn stars with my well-deserved fame. And I spit these gold bars while they spitting out shit. Man, I give this shit hard, but it gives me back pain. I wanna be a spectacle, they skeptical. But man, I got that chemical, exceptional. I do it all intentional, professional. So I can make that decimal incredible. I'm not thinking, man, they're saying that I've gone insane. I'm not ever gonna make it cause the game has changed. I'm not good enough, man, no that's not okay. Tell me that shit again and I'll stop your brain.
I just wanna be the greatest, yeah. Man, I just wanna be famous, yeah. I just wanna be the greatest, yeah. Man, I just wanna be famous, yeah.
Now wake up, you got some shit to do. It's 6 AM, I don't care, you got some shit to prove. Cause right now, you ain't got nothing that big to lose. So get your ass to work and don't you dare hit snooze. Can't stop this, I'm obnoxious. And I'm honest and novice with promise. Made monstrous, I'm conscious, but I'm nauseous. Think I've lost it, I've got it. Spitting all this, still I'm not it. I've got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm all in, balling on a budget. Man, I'm stalling, crawling, cause I'm nothing. But I'm all in, calling, I'll be something. Yeah, I'ma get it now, you can leave if you don't like it. Say it out loud, you believe it, you can bite this. Keep my head down and I keep on going timeless. Make it somehow, I believe it when I write this.
I just wanna be the greatest, yeah. And I just wanna be famous, yeah. I just wanna be the greatest, yeah. Man, I just wanna be famous, yeah.